All right, so good morning, everyone, and happy Earth Day. Today is Friday, April 22nd, Earth Day. Welcome to this Teachings of Water Masterclass. I am super stoked, super excited to transmit all the energy and the transmission and the teachings to you today. And there's so much I want to go through and have you experience. So we're just going to jump right in. Let's get my slides going for you guys. All right, so everyone can see the slides. Everyone can hear me. Is that good? Okay, let me just check. All right. Ooh, slides are getting ahead of me. Okay, all right, so let's start. So e komo mai, which means welcome in Hawaiian, which is land and waters where I'm from. Some of you I know and some of you I don't know. So I'm Dr. Elizabeth Nguyen Gutierrez. I'm a multidimensional psychiatrist. I'm a water keeper, and I am devoted to the work of human ecological restoration. And if you don't know what some of these terms are, don't worry. We're going to go over all of them in a little bit. So let's just do a room check. You are in the right place if you are a water person and a water lover. You want to learn from the wisdom of water and how to harness and activate the natural healing properties and qualities of water in your own body and life. And you want to restore and deepen your relationship to water on all levels, physically, emotionally, psychologically, energetically, and spiritually. And you care about our planet Earth, and you want to do your part in restoring the quality of water and life on our planet. So thank you for being here on Earth Day. And so here's what you're going to learn by hanging out with me today. You're going to learn how to see water as a teacher and how to become a student of water. I'm going to share with you 5 life lessons that water wants to teach you, us humans, and how to apply these water teachings to your own human life. The process of restoring and activating your body of water and your relationship to water. I'm going to facilitate a direct energy healing experience of purifying, rebalancing, and reharmonizing your body of water because I'm such a fan of direct experience. And I'm going to be channeling diamond light energy for this today. And I'm super excited because it's a very high frequency energy that I'm tuning into. That's just going to be it's going to be very powerful compared to the previous energies. And what you can do to continue to nurture your relationship to water. So hopefully you're in the right place and you want to learn everything that's going to come through. So I thought I would just start by sharing a little bit more about my journey as a water keeper, because everything I share with you today comes from my own lived experience. My entire life, and probably many lifetimes, has been about water and my relationship to water, whether it's a deep connection to or periods of disconnection from water. So both of these experiences have given me such a personal understanding of this process. I was born and raised in the land and waters of Honolulu, Hawaii, and my parents and ancestors in this lifetime are from Vietnam. And now I've lived most of my adult life in Northern California. So my life story has always revolved around the Pacific Ocean and its currents. And growing up in Hawaii, I loved the water, but my mother and my grandmother didn't know how to swim, and they feared the water. So I remember having to sneak out of my house and go to the beach and tell my family that I was going to the mall instead, and they thought the mall was safer than the ocean, which still remains to be debated. But even from an early age, I felt what it was like to be called to the waters and to have something holding me back from answering that calling. And this continued in my life as I continued my education and left the islands to go to the mainland for college and medical training, and then eventually settling down in a geographic area that's far from the ocean. I currently live in Davis, which is about 90 minutes from the coast. So I have a very intimate and direct personal experience of being called to the water, but navigating life circumstances that pull me away from water. But water kept calling to me. And if you know the pull and call of water, you know that it never goes away. It doesn't die. It just keeps calling to you. I'm a multi-dimensional psychiatrist, and I have training in both child, adolescent, and adult psychiatry. So I study the human experience, the human developmental experience. I've also always been a spiritual seeker, curious about the mysteries of life, like, why am I here? I remember from a young age always asking this question, why am I here? And determined from a very young age to find the answer, to find my role and purpose in this life. So as I continued my life journey, my water kept calling to me, even though I kept telling myself, I don't have enough time, I don't have time to do this. But at a certain point, I just couldn't ignore it any longer. And I answered water's calling. And when I did this, everything in my life changed. Because when you work with water, there's a process. It strips away your layers. It uncovers and brings your truth to the surface. It uncovers your wounds and your healings and reveals to you the truth of who you are. It facilitates your healing. It waters your growth. So I continue to listen and deepen my relationship to water. And I remember one day a friend saying the words water keeper to me, and something turned back on inside my body, like a deep memory that was stored inside. And then suddenly everything made sense. It was like I finally understood what I've been seeking my whole life and what I am here to do. I am a water keeper. So, who is a water keeper? You might be asking yourself. Are you a water keeper? Great. I want you to ask yourself that question, and maybe you'll have some clarity by the end of this class. A water keeper is someone who has a deep, sacred connection to water, who feels a commitment to learn from, serve, honor, and protect water, each in their own unique way. So my unique way of being a water keeper in this lifetime is through the work I call human ecological restoration. So what is human ecological restoration? This is a term that I came up with to define my body of work. So I get to define it. Ecology is the study of relationships between living organisms and their environment. And ecologists restore an environment through cleaning up toxins and pollution, removing artificial structures and diversions, and creating habitats for native plants and species to return, and restoring a vibrant ecosystem of life. Human ecological restoration is about restoring human ecology, our internal waterways, our inner and outer landscapes, and consciousness of how we relate to ourselves, our bodies, our relationships, our environment, and our shared home, this planet Earth, so that humans can restore our relationship with the greater ecosystem of life. So working with water is one of the most effective ways of restoring an ecosystem. But what I have found is that humans have become disconnected from their relationship to water, their bodies, themselves, and their natural environments. Humans have become so disconnected from ourselves and the natural world. And water helps to reconnect us because water connects all of life. So water is a connector, and water reconnects us to ourselves and to each other and the natural world and the environment all around us. I now want to introduce this concept of water as a teacher. I have been blessed with attending some of the best educational institutions in the country. I've pretty much been a student my whole life, and throughout my journey as a student, I not only have been learning content, but I've also been studying teachers and teaching, like who are the best teachers and what makes them so effective. So what are the qualities of a good teacher? Good teachers are patient, they're caring, they're empathetic, they can put themselves in the student's shoes and learner's experience. They make complex topics simple. They encourage curiosity and collaboration and inspire students to ask questions and learn more on their own. They're passionate about what they teach. They love their material. They live and breathe their content. And they provide opportunities to practice and make mistakes. A good teacher is a priceless gift. So again and again, I return to water as my teacher because water embodies all the qualities of a good teacher, a teacher I humbly devote my life to learning from. There are so many lessons to learn from water and practice and apply to the classroom of life. So here are 5 life lessons from the teachings of water. These life lessons that I'm going to share with you are distillation of my studies as a student of water, my clinical experience working with clients as a psychiatrist and therapist, and then just my own lived experience as a human in this classroom of life. But as with all human teachings, these are interpreted through my own personal lens. The real source, the real teacher, is water and life itself. So take these lessons in with your own discernment and go test them out for yourself. In academia, they always stress the importance of citing your references and the source of your information. And I'm going to cite my lived experience as my reference and water and life as my source. And I encourage you to go directly to the source to see if and how these water teachings might apply to your own life. All right, so water lesson number 1. Life is always in motion. So right now, even most of us think that we are sitting still. Our planet is spinning about 1,000 miles an hour around its axis, traveling at 66,000 miles an hour around the sun, which is moving at 500,000 miles an hour around our galaxy, which is hurtling through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So you might not be able to feel this because we are held to the Earth's surface due to gravity and the constant speed of rotation. It's like when you're riding on a high-speed train and the world around you feels like it's moving fast, but life on the train seems to be still. So you might appear to be sitting still, but you actually are spinning very, very fast through the universe right now. And because the Earth spins faster at the equator than at the poles, just because of the greater surface area it needs to traverse, this creates great wheels of water and air circulation throughout our planet. It is the energy of our spinning planet that moves water around our planet. The motion and movement of water around our planet, the tides and the water cycles that drive the flow of water on Earth, give us a direct observation of the larger cosmic forces at work on our planet, our solar system, and the universe. I like to think of water as this magical substance that gives us daily physical evidence of the magic and the beauty and motion of life. So there's 5 ocean gyres or water wheels on our planet, in the Atlantic and in the Pacific and in the Indian. And these water wheels are large systems of circulating ocean current that direct the movement of water, regulate temperature, and move life and nutrients around the ecosystem of our planet. And every process of life on our planet is either directly or indirectly connected to these oceanic currents. And even before I saw this map, I intuitively knew that my life was somehow caught up in this North Pacific current, with my parents and ancestors coming from Vietnam and us immigrating to Hawaii and then me settling in the west coast of America. And knowing that there is this large North Pacific water wheel, it was just so affirming because I really do feel I'm caught up in this current that is drawing me back to the Pacific, drawing me back to my roots. And so you might consider, what are the larger currents and smaller currents that might be driving your own life right now? And as I go through these water lessons, initially I'm just going to go through the direct observation of water's movements on our planet, and then I'm going to apply it to our human life. But these are just things we can directly observe. Water lesson number 2. There are seasons and cycles to water's movements. So if you look up any tide chart, you're going to get very precise information on the time of the tides and its height and its trough. And the tides come in and go out on a schedule that is precise down to the minute. And you can calculate this 6 to 9 months out. So the precision of water's movement on our planet is remarkable. In the daily cycles, the lunar cycles, and the seasonal cycles, everything flows into the next with such precision. Water lesson number 3. Water flows from high pressure to low pressure. So the natural force of gravity directs the flow of water on our planet. Rain and snow falls from the mountains, and in the spring it melts and it continues down the land from the mountains to the rivers, to the creeks, to the sea, where it's evaporated back up to the mountains and the snow. And there's just this water cycle that follows the flow of water from high pressure to low pressure. Now you can pump energy from low pressure to high pressure or against gravity. It will just take energy to do so. So these are principles of how water moves on our planet. And I'm going to apply it again in a little bit. All right. Water lesson number 4. Water is a polar molecule. So here you see the unique molecular structure of water. Such a simple, elegant molecule. 2 hydrogen atoms connected to an oxygen atom. And because there's 2 unpaired electrons here, just a little flashback to your chemistry days, water has a bent structure because these 2 unpaired electrons have a negative charge and they sort of repel each other and push the hydrogen atoms down, which creates a slightly positive charge on the hydrogen atoms and a slightly negative charge on the oxygen atoms, which is what makes water a polar molecule that is attracted to itself. It's through this negative end and this positive end that makes it attracted to itself, makes it cohesive, and also allows it to be attracted to other substances, which we call adhesion. And that's why a drop of water has the shape that it has as it flows down like a dripping leaf. It looks like a water drop because its cohesion is holding it together, but it's also clinging to the leaf that it's adheres to, but the force of gravity eventually pulls it down. So these are the simple laws of why water moves and looks the way it does. But interestingly, water does not have a constant shape of its own. It's completely fluid and it fills the vessel and environment that contains it. And yet water lesson number 5, water shapes the environment around it. So this is the magic of a shapeless substance that has the power to shape the materials and landscape around it. Through weathering, erosion, and deposition, just the drip, drip, drip of water on rock and stone, and how it dissolves minerals and carries them and deposits them downstream in the sediment, water literally changes and sculpts the Earth's surface, moving and building mountains. Rivers and glaciers cut through canyons. And some of these changes can happen quickly. Like after a big storm, there could be a lot of erosion. And then some of these changes, the sedimentation of these layers downstream, take millions of years to form the sedimentary layer. So there's all these dynamic forces at work all the time. All right, so if you're not already enamored by the magical quality and power of water, I just want to remind you that you won the lottery when you were born, because you were given a body of water. Like you are a body of water, and all of the qualities that water embodies and has, you have access to in your own body, in all your organs, in all your cells, because water moves in our body the same way it moves on our planet Earth. And as water keepers engaged in the work of human ecological restoration, we are interested in the movement of water in our human bodies and its ability to shape and sculpt our inner landscapes and our outer environments. So I'm going to go back to those water lessons and let's see how we can apply this to our human body, our human life, and our human applications. All right, water lesson number 1. Life is always in motion. There's a flow of energy inside your body carried through water. And restoring this proper flow of energy will restore the ecosystem of your body to its natural and healthy state of homeostasis. But life can get stuck if this flow of energy is blocked. And where humans get stuck, and this is where I've seen this in my own personal lived experience and in working with clients, is that humans can get stuck with our limiting thoughts and beliefs, our personal and ancestral emotional and behavioral patterns and habits, our unprocessed trauma and grief and relationship dynamics. Like these literally get stuck in our bodies and in our systems. And so in the energy healing portion of this morning's class, we're just gonna go into our body of water and clean and clear out as much of these areas that may still be stuck. And it's just a constant, continual filtering and purification process. Water lesson number 2, there are seasons and cycles to water's movement. So how do we apply this to the human life? Is understanding that life is one continuous stream of energy. The precise timing that orchestrates the exact schedule of the tides and seasons directs your own body and your own life cycles. So you don't need to rush, push, or force things to happen before it is time to do so. You just find your own natural rhythm and cycle and trust in its unfolding and its flow from one season and a cycle to the next. But when it is time for the season and cycle to change, you don't resist it because life is one continuous stream of energy. So water lesson number 3, water flows from high pressure to low pressure. So the human application is you can harness this principle to allow your life to flow with more ease and power. So you will know whether you are working with the natural flow of water or against it by the energy you are exerting. Just how much energy is it taking me to do something? And there are times when you do need to exert energy to change course or navigate obstacles. And then there are other times to let the current carry you. And when you can really learn how to use this principle, you're just going to flow with greater ease and power and flow. And too much pressure on yourself can stop things from flowing to you, because if you just put too much pressure on yourself, just things will not flow to you. So that's a good principle to keep in mind. All right, water lesson number 4. Water is a polar molecule. The human application here is don't neutralize yourself to fit in. You're meant to be who you are. Just water's power comes from its natural attraction to itself and others. So the more cohesive you are within yourself, the stronger your power of attraction. And what your body of water is attracted to will also be attracted to you. That's just the law of chemistry. But you need to be mindful of what you are already bonded to, because if your water molecules are already bonded to things, then there's no space to attract what you really want to be bonded to, what you really want to call in. So again, as we do the energy healing today, we're really going to be focusing on really cleaning out your water molecules and what might be bonded to it, or what are the residues that are in the way of your water molecule just being clean and clear and ready to attract what it is naturally attracted to. All right, water lesson number 5. Water shapes the environment around it. So the human application here is that water's power comes from its structure, its molecular structure, its movements, driven by the spinning of our planet and the gravity on our planet. It's very being and presence, its ability to shape its environment by just being what it is. It doesn't really have to do anything besides just be what it is and let the natural forces of its own structure and the flow and forces of life on our planet to allow it to move and flow. It is a force and a substance of life, and it can get into the smallest, most difficult to reach places and shape the environment around it. And in the end, nothing can stop it because it's literally the force of our spinning planet and gravity that are controlling the movement of water on our planet. And there's no forces that really can compete against that. All right, so how do you, now that you're like, wow, I have this amazing access to this substance in my body, have I even been aware of it? Have I really been tapping into its full potential and power? How do I restore and activate the water in my body? So first, this might seem like a simple concept that I keep saying over and over, but it could be a consciousness shifting concept for you, that you are a body of water, and all the qualities and properties of how water moves on our planet and shapes and gives life to our planet is inside of you as well. Like, you and your body of water are capable of all of these qualities. Now, water is multidimensional. So when we restore our relationship and activate the water in our body, we do it on multiple levels. So physically, your physical body of water, and physically spending more time with water, making sure you are properly hydrated, restoring the hydration and the fluid exchange in your cellular tissues and your myofascial layer, you'll notice that your physical body of water improves in its quality and you become more fluid in your physical embodiment. Now, emotionally, there is tremendous power and wisdom in your emotional body of water. Your emotional body of water holds the geological layers of your healing, your inner child healing, your ancestral healing. It's like those sedimentary layers that water's movement directs downstream and forms. Your emotional body of water holds the same sedimentary layers of your own healing from this lifetime and many lifetimes, and it's really your compass to your own healing. Psychologically, you develop what researcher Wallace Nichols calls a blue mind. So you not only start thinking about water all the time, but you start thinking like water, and you just look at life through the lens of water and ask yourself, what would water do? What is water trying to teach me here? And you just develop a psychological relationship of thinking like water. Now, energetically, every body of water has a particular unique energy. You know, the energy of the ocean is very different from the energy of a river, and even the energy of the Pacific Ocean is very different than the energy of the Atlantic Ocean. So in the same way, your body of water has a unique energy, and this is what I call your water signature or your watermark. And the more that you restore your deepening relationship to water, you discover your unique energetic water signature. And lastly, restoring your spiritual relationship to water is a sacred process. Water has a consciousness of its own, and it calls to those of us that are drawn to it to be its messengers, and we develop our own sacred relationship with water that is an ever deepening journey. All right, so what happens internally when you restore and activate your body of water? So you deepen your connection and relationship to yourself, because water helps you reconnect to yourself. You honor the truth of the importance of water to you and your life. And your physical body improves its hydration and fluidity. You become more confident and competent at navigating your emotional waves. You heal your inner child and ancestral wounds. You develop a blue mind and start thinking like water. You learn how to read and manage your own energy supply. And you unblock your creativity, your sexuality, your intuition, your abundance, and your power. And what happens externally when you restore and activate your body of water. So because water's a purifier and reflector, whatever is not in alignment with your truth naturally just starts slipping away, and you reshape the landscape of your inner and outer life. And you spend more time with water. You move through life with greater power, ease, abundance, and flow. You feel more authentic and connected in your family, your relationships, your work, and your play. And you and your life become a vessel for water's expression in your own unique and magical way. All right, I want to take a moment to talk about the medicine of love and water. So I'm a physician and I'm in the work of medicine. And in modern medicine, we don't talk much about love, and we don't talk that much about water either, besides telling our patients to drink more water. But as a psychiatrist and a water keeper, I've really come to know that the medicine that I'm here to share is love and water. This is the heart of my work, because I just love water. I just naturally love it so much. My body of water, it just is naturally attracted to water. And love is the highest healing vibration of energy there is. The energy of love heals everything. It might take some time, but it will. It will heal everything. And because water connects all of life on our planet, when you combine the two and activate the energy of love in your water, starting with your own body of water, healing will spread to your entire body and the body of our planet. And this is really the heart of being a water keeper, is really infusing the healing energies into the water so that it can spread throughout. This is how human ecological restoration work leads to planetary restoration. There's just through our own relationships and communities and everything that we are connected to. So that is the context of sort of the content of the teachings that I wanted to transmit. And I think that's a great transition for me to transition into the direct energy healing experience that I want all of you to receive in your own body of water as we do the cleaning and the clearing and the purification work in your own body of water. Yeah, I'm just feeling into that. I know some of you on the call are water keepers with me, so you're used to the flow of things. But for those of you who are new, what we're going to do now is we're going to transition into out of our thinking intellectual brains and transition into a more embodied, direct energy healing experience of meditation. If you want, you can turn your camera off. You feel more comfortable that way. Or you can just leave it on. And I really encourage you to just really be with your body and be with the intuitive ways that your body wants to move, any sensations that come up, any images and messages. These are messages from your own body of water as we do this healing work. And for those of you who are new to it, I'll be guiding you through the entire process. So I'll guide you into meditation. I'll guide you through the cleaning and clearing and rebalancing and the harmonizing process. So all you have to do is just kind of relax and be open to the experience. If anyone has any hi Gudrun, any questions before we jump into that, I'm more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, we can just answer. You can put it in the chat or raise your hand. All right, let's just go into the energy healing itself then. All right, so I'm gonna put on some background music for you all. Let's see. So let's just switch gears. And settle in into our bodies. And being here together. And just relaxing into letting yourself arrive on all levels, not just physically and mentally, but emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. And as I facilitate these, I'm tuning into our collective body of water. So I'll sort of tune into where we're at and what needs assistance or facilitation. So all you have to do is just be in a receptive mode. And just starting off with thanking yourself for coming, for making the time to be here on Earth Day, to honor water, to honor yourself, to be in community doing this together. So just take some deep breaths, just watching the natural flow, the up and down, rising and falling of your breath. Relaxing into being in your body, reconnecting to yourself. Water's greatest gift is allowing us to reconnect to ourselves, our bodies, each other, the earth. We often tell ourselves we don't have time, but what we really all want is connection. So let's connect. And I'm going to really reconnect all of you to the earth herself. Energetically, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, we all have been disconnected from our connection to the earth. So here on Earth Day, let's really honor our connection to the earth. So just imagine wherever your body or feet are making contact with the ground, just sending down roots into the ground, into the soil, into the rocks, into the lava, into the core of the earth, deep into the earth. Just sending down your connection into the heart of the earth. I feel like there's a gentle reconnection going on here. It's like both of you have been sort of primed and tenderized for the process, and so it's a meeting of your roots, of the reconnection, calling you back home. Which will help you feel so much more connected and peaceful and stable It's just your connection to this earth, this greater ecosystem of life. That's really going to ground your body and ground your life when you're rooted and connected to the earth. So just letting that connection and that energy come through. As you do that, you yourself become in synchrony with the motion of the earth. You move with the earth, and then your waters are also moving with the earth as you really reconnect and plug back into the earth. So then water will just, the forces moving Earth's waters will also move your waters in the same pattern and rhythm and flow. Okay, and then from your base of your spine, a grounding cord, just going to have you extend your grounding cord on the base of your spine into the earth, into the soil, into the rocks, into the lava, into the core of the earth, so that you're really held to the earth even more, so that you can really feel your body as an extension of the earth, just like the plants and the trees and the mountains that come from the earth. And then I'm going to start the cleaning and clearing and purification process. And we grounded and rooted and connected so that the earth can really receive more easily whatever we're ready to release. And she'll just take it and transform it and transmute it and compost it, and so that it will come easily out of your system and flow into the earth just through the natural process of gravity. So I'm going to invite you to I like to start by doing things in layers. We're going to clean out the sort of the superficial residues on our physical, external, energetic bodies. But just imagining like a waterfall of diamond light, golden and diamond light, just sprinkling down from above your head onto your head, clearing out your water molecules. It's like sort of giving them a good scrubbing, a good cleaning, a good filtering down your head, down your neck, your ears, your shoulders, your face, down your arms and out your fingers, down your chest and your torso, down your back, down your hips and your thighs and your buttocks, your knees and your calves, down your feet and out into the earth. And this diamond light energy is actually very different from the golden liquid light I'm used to using with these clearings. This really does feel like quite a different energy. Its ability to get into the even finer particles in your body, and it's faster. It's higher frequency. So it's really moving through you quite quickly, and all you have to do is just receive the cleaning, the clearing, the purification, releasing whatever you're able to let go of that is not native to you. Great. And then let's go into your digestive layer, which is always where us humans have a lot of gunk to clean out. So let's use this diamond light energy in our digestive systems. So I'm going to invite you to just imagine a crystal goblet of this diamond light energy that's being offered to you. And you're going to take a sip of it and just hold the diamond light energy in your mouth and let it absorb into your oral cavity, into your teeth, into your gums, into your cheeks. And just letting it absorb anything in your oral cavity that can be released, cleaned and cleared. And then swallow that diamond light energy into your throat and down your esophagus. And again, this light energy seems to be moving much faster. So just let it go through your throat, your esophagus, down your stomach, coating your stomach. Into your small intestine, these loops and coils of your small intestine. There's so much unprocessed emotions and trauma and grief and just residue that we don't need anymore, that's blocking the flow of energy in our bodies. It's making it hard for our water molecules to attract what they want to attract. Just cleaning and clearing that out. And if you run into an area that it feels like, there's something here that's not letting go, like just be gentle with it. Let water wash through it, like water weathers hard substances, rocks. Just let the water, let the diamond light energy carry through the water. Just run by this area, any area that you might run into some blockage or resistance. And just let the flow flow, knowing that it will release, it will erode, it will slip away, it will carry it through. It's just the nature of water and this process. It just will. So don't put any pressure on yourself, because that's going to stop the flow. You're just going to keep the flow going. Good. I feel like there was a blockage that we were able to just move through, and the beauty of doing this work is that we're cleaning and clearing water for the human collective. We're doing it together. If there's human bodies of water that still need cleaning and clearing and purifying, the more we do it for everyone, just the cleaner the whole system becomes. So this is your service work on Earth Day, cleaning and clearing your body of water, cleaning and clearing the human collective body of water with downstream effects. It's just letting that flow. And I'm not surprised that we're spending some more time on the small intestine. This is where humans just have a lot of stuff stored up. So this is where lots of stuff gets stuck in humans. So we're just gonna let that diamond light flow through all the little villi in the small intestines, cleaning and clearing that out. As you're tuning into your own intestine, just kind of be connected with what's going on there, what sensations, what images you're having, anything that's coming up for you. These are all messages and communication from your waters. You might want to take in more diamond light to just kind of move things through. Your own body knows how much medicine it needs. So if you feel like putting in more diamond light into swallowing that into your digestive system will help, go for it. You can't harm yourself with this diamond light energy. It's just going to absorb, clean, clear, purify, just leaving your body of water in its natural, pristine, original state. Good. That was a good power washing. So let's go to the large intestine. The small intestine comes to the large intestine, the right lower quadrant, and just letting that diamond light energy go into your large intestine, up the right side, across the left side, down the left, across the middle, down the left side. Just letting that go through your colon, cleaning and clearing out anything in your colon. Out your rectum, in your rectum, out your anus, just letting it completely come out through your digestive tract. It's going to allow you to just have the energy in your body move much more clean and clear and freely flowing. All right. Your digestive system. Let's move on to the rest of the organs in your body, including some of your digestive organs that we did not touch on so far. So we're going to use the intelligence of our body's own anatomy. So we're going to start by pouring in that diamond light into your heart. So just pour that diamond light into your heart and let it soak into your cardiac tissues, your heart muscles. And just let it soften the heart. There's a collective hardening of the human heart that needs to be restored. So just tune into your own heart and what sensations, images, and associations are coming up for you as we tune into your heart, wanting to soften, release the pressure, release the tension, cleaning and clearing out any trauma and grief and hardening of the heart, protective walls of the heart built up in response to just life experiences, hurts, and grievances. We're going to heal habitat of your heart so it can be restored to its natural tenderness, its natural pumping capacity. So good. You know, there's so much heart healing to be done in the human collective, and thank you for showing up with your own heart for that process. The heart is this great pump in the human body that directs the flow of water in our bodies. So when we restore our heart to its original power, it will actually really power the flow of water in our bodies. So it's about cleaning and clearing the blockages that get in the way of the flow. It's about cleaning and clearing and empowering the pump that is pumping the water and energy in our bodies. So just let's bring in the golden pink light into the heart. I feel like the diamond light energy in the heart is a little too harsh and powerful right now. So we're just going to bring in golden pink, soft golden pink energy into the heart. Just let the heart absorb the golden liquid light and a pink warmth of compassion and love for yourself and your heart. It's just bathing your heart in this energy. That's doing the rebalancing process. So just let it happen. Great. And from that place, we're going to use again your body's own natural intelligent anatomy to pump that golden pink loving light to your lungs. We're going to clean out your lungs, your respiratory system, your bronchi, your bronchioles, your alveoli. Just cleaning everything out in your respiratory system, up your nasal cavities, your sinuses, and then back to the heart where it's going to pump to the rest of your body. So up your neck, into your facial muscles, to your scalp, into your brain and your nervous system, your cerebral spinal fluid, this golden pink loving energy. Down your spinal cord, all the peripheral nerves extending out from your spinal cord. Into your skull, into the bones of your skull. And your vertebrae. Yeah, the bones are very dry, so let's really hydrate our bones, our structure, the foundation of our physical structure. So bringing attention to your skeletal structure, your skull, your spine, your vertebrae. The vertebrae are very dry, so let's really hydrate that. We think our bones are dry, but they actually they're not. They have fluid in them, and they need to be hydrated in order to be functioning in the whole ecosystem of our body. So just pouring in actually just hydration into your vertebrae, your spinal column, from your cervical vertebrae all the way down your thoracic vertebrae. Just imagine hydrating all of your bones. You're directing the movement of water in your body through your own conscious awareness and intention. You're reopening tributaries that have been dried out. But once you restore the flow, once you become aware of what's dry and you open the flow, you just let the natural forces of water and gravity in your body take over. So just restoring the hydration in your vertebrae and its connection to your rib cage, and your bones of your extremities, your hips, your arms and fingers and leg and feet. Just letting the water come into your bones. Good. I feel them plumping back up into your joints. Our joints need a lot of cushioning and hydration too, so restore the fluid to your joints where the bones meet bones and bones meet ligaments and tendons. Your fascial layer, restoring hydration to your fascial layer, sort of like this saran wrap skin covering that covers all of your muscles and organs. And then let's actually clean and clear your internal organs as well. So the surfaces of your heart and your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas, your spleen, the external areas of your digestive system, your reproductive system, all right, your kidneys and your liver want some love and attention, so just bring your attention to your kidneys, which is the water filtering system in your body, and just cleaning and clearing out your kidneys. It's okay if you don't have an anatomical, physiological picture or place anatomy of where these are in your body. Don't worry, it's just your intention of tuning into your kidneys. It's gonna direct the healing to those areas of your body. So the kidneys, they're lighting back up. The ureters and their connection to the bladder, cleaning and clearing the bladder, out the urethra. And let's go to the liver. The liver wants some attention. So bringing your attention to the liver, the detoxifying organ in your body that cleans and clears out the toxins in your bloodstream. It works tirelessly to clean and clear. So let's just send some, what does the liver want? The liver wants some green healing energy, but also some pink love. The liver feels very neglected and underappreciated. So let's acknowledge the liver. Send appreciation and gratitude to the liver. That pink warm energy to your liver for what it does for your body, for its purification, its detoxification. It's really been like, the workhorse of cleaning out the toxins in our system, and so it's been on overdrive, probably. So just sending some restorative energy to the liver. It's been filtering a lot of toxins in the human collective. So it's still filtering. So let's just stay with filtering the liver so that we can really help filter out the toxins in the human collective. Without our liver functioning at its best capacity, there's just going to be so many toxins that we can't filter out. So let's just let the liver be filtered out, and let's bring in the diamond light for the liver to really kind of clear out the liver. We do this work for ourselves, we do this work for each other, we do this work for the human collective, and ultimately for our planet. This is the detoxification, cleanup work that we're all connected to, because we all depend on the same water supply, the same resources, the same earth, the same land. So if there's toxins anywhere, it's going to eventually come back to us. Keep breathing into your body. And just let the process continue, knowing that ecological restoration work takes time and that there's no rushing or pushing or forcing, and some things just take more time. And the liver is going to take some time. Like there's just a lot of toxins there. So we're just going to let that process continue to unfold, knowing that we opened that channel for detoxification today. Letting it just filter out, letting any toxins filter out of your system, down your grounding cord, into the earth. And just channeling in diamond light energy throughout your system, from head to toe, to just allow the assistance of that frequency to clean and clear out your system, absorbing any impurities that are ready to be flushed out of your system, just letting it flow out. Okay. All right. So we're just restoring this channel of flow of energy throughout your body. These circulating gyres, sort of like the center of your body is the equator, and there's these circulating water gyres on either side of your body, and they're open and they're restored. This circulating ocean current inside of your body is directing the flow inside of your body. Regulating your temperature and directing nutrients and the seasons and cycles of water's flow in your body and in your life. Okay, so let's just settle back into your whole body system. Now that we've gone through your surface layers, your digestive layers, your circulatory system, your skeletal structure, and just be with your whole body where it's at right now in an integrated way. Turning back your attention to your breath. And coming back into your body and your consciousness, coming out of the healing meditative experience, noticing how you're feeling in your body. Everyone's experience is different, but know that water met you exactly where it needed to go in your body to be restored to its natural flow. And I know some people had to hop off, so if you're still on, thank you. And in the last, 10 minutes or so, I just want to share information. I'm going to stay on and answer questions, so don't worry if you have any questions and want to just process anything. But I want to just, For those of you who are interested, I want to share information about the Water Keepers community. And we have so many Water Keepers on the call with me. I'm so grateful to be a part of this community. So we're doing this cleanup work together. So those of you who are interested, I want to share information about what the Water Keepers community and what it is. I founded the Water Keepers community as a sacred container to continue this work of learning from water, healing with water, and restoring ourselves and the planet. And the Water Keepers community is a place for water people to learn from water, to heal with water, to live in harmony with water, and to restore the water in ourselves and on our planet. The 3 pillars of the Water Keepers community is the personal learning, the healing, and the transformation that comes through working and deepening your relationship with water. The community connection with other water keepers around the globe committed to this work, and the planetary restoration work that we are all committed to facilitating and being a part of. So what do we do in the Water Keepers community? We meet twice a month, similarly to what we do now on the new moon and the full moon, for teaching, healing, community connection, and support. There's always a group healing, and then there's also opportunities to do one-on-one healing work with me. The community belongs to a growing network of environmental experts, master healers, and indigenous wisdom holders, and we all just share our desire to heal the planet and ourselves. There's access to a library of online courses, meditations, healings, activations, and channeled guidance from water. But this is not just an online course or a digital membership. It's a living, breathing, dynamic ecosystem. And like we learned that water shapes itself to whatever vessel or container it is in, the container of this community is a sacred container that holds the energy of the medicine of love and water, which then becomes a transformative force to shape the landscape and environment all around us. So this is really about being a student in the school and temple of water, for those devoted to learning from water and being in service from water. And when we activate the qualities of water inside of ourselves and our bodies, we become transformative agents of change. So the Water Keepers community is for you if you love water, are naturally drawn to water, and want to live and learn from the wisdom of water. You've been feeling disconnected or separated from water and want to restore your healing relationship with water. You want to harness the natural principles of water to restore flow and vitality to your life. And you have more of yourself you want to uncover, become, embody, and share with the world in service to water and our planet. And you want to be a part of a global community of water keepers devoted to serving and honoring water, starting first with your own body of water. So just like we learned, water needs a container, a vessel to hold its wisdom and channel its flow. And so if you're asking yourself, how do I join the Water Keepers community? The first thing I want to underscore is commitment. The most important thing about being a member of this community is your commitment. It takes a commitment to water and yourself and our planet, this commitment to being a student of water and a vessel for water. As a water keeper, I made a commitment to water that I would hold this container for water. The law of the conservation of energy states that energy can be neither created or destroyed. It only can be transferred and transformed. And I know you can easily spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on healing and personal growth services. When I tuned into the energy of what you will receive as a member of this community, the energy exchange is $99 a month, which is less than the cost of one therapy session, or $999 annually, where you can save 2 months. But I want to make this clear that this is not psychiatry or psychotherapy or mental health treatment. This is human ecological restoration work of restoring and activating your own body of water, guided by the wisdom and energy and principles of water herself. And I know this process works because it's the process and journey I've taken myself through and the process I guide my clients through. This is a monthly membership, and you can come and go as your own waters lead you. But what I've found is that this work continues to deepen, and it takes 3 months for it to seep into your cells. And then from there, you reveal more and more of yourself, and your life becomes transformed into more of what you desire. And so you can go as far and deep as you want. So what will you receive in this community? You're going to receive an education and teachings. This is a container to collectively hold and share the wisdom and teachings of water. This is a sacred container to hold the energy of love and water for your personal growth and transformation. And you're going to belong to a growing global network of water keepers for community connections and collaborations and divine synergistic projects that will lead to the planetary restoration of our earth and her waters. These are just some of the members of the community and what they have to say about being in the community. There's a link if you want to learn more about the community in the chat. Sarah writes, I love this group. I felt drawn to it when I first saw it and trusted my intuition. It has helped me to look at water, my body, and my reality so differently and opened up my relationship to water. Things have changed a lot in just a few months. Gudrun writes, the magic of this community is a deep connection to the wisdom of water in all its shapes and forms. In our meditations, I experienced my own waters with energies I did not know existed, and these experiences are now anchored deep in my body and help me to ground and transform in these changing and challenging times. Danielle writes, since joining, I've been much more grounded, centered, inspired, creative, and experiencing calmer and more controlled waters. Personally, along with feeling the ripple effect of this powerful work spilling over into my professional role as a therapist. Anne writes, joining has been one of the best investments I've made in my own personal and collective wellness. Michelle writes, I've had extraordinary experiences dropping into deeply transformative healing states. I'm not the same person I was when I entered. And Christiane writes, everything about the Water Keepers community makes it the most powerful meditation-based healing practice I have experienced. So just a couple of bonuses. When you join, you get access to Restore Your Body of Water online course, which is my signature foundational course, which takes you step by step through your chakra system, systematically restoring, cleaning, clearing your energy system. And also the water and the elements online course, which helps you to not only reconnect to the water in your body, but all of the elements, the earth, the soil, the fire, the air. And I just access to these two classes alone, I promise you will change your body of water. So if you're interested, catch this wave now. Enrollment for this wave will be open through Monday, because I will be initiating our newest water keepers on our April new moon call next Thursday, April 28th, on our April new moon call. So I've made a commitment as a water keeper to hold this container and share this invitation with you. The members in this community are intuitive, heart-centered, loving souls who love and care about our planet. So if your heart and your body and your waters are sending you a sign to join us in this community, I invite you to answer and to listen and answer the calling. I'm just going to leave you with a simple message that you are a water keeper, because we are all keepers of our own body of water, and how you decide to take care of your body of water is how you honor water in your body and on our planet. So, mahalo. Thank you so much for spending the morning or evening or afternoon, wherever you are in the globe, with me in honoring of water, the body of water inside of you, and the waters on our planet. If anyone has any questions, I'll stay on and answer them, or you can reach out to me through email or find me online. So that is the master class, and I'm, yeah, available to answer any questions or comments or just process anything that came up for you during that. I really appreciate everyone for being present. Thank you to the water keepers, Stephanie and Monica and Lori and Sarah, who are on the call holding the space for me. You know, as we were doing the liver cleanup, it was very clear to me that like we need more humans to do this because the liver was just like full of toxins, and she just needed more energy. But we started the work, and you know, I just trust in the flow of these waters to go where they're meant to go, and to join us. But yeah, thank you. It really feels, as we continue to deepen the work as a collective, we're going to be able to do more cleanup work. So anyone, yeah, Stephanie, if you want to say something.
I just would like to say thank you so much. As a collective experience, everything occurs in divine right timing. And last night, actually had the consciousness of the earth, a dragon, and an archangel, an ascended master put me onto the rainbow path right before sleep. I woke up this morning and all of these deeply held emotions I didn't realize I was holding on to were right there. And this beautiful meditation has cleared them all away
Hmm.
effortlessly. And so just thank you so much. It was very effective and I appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for being a water keeper. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Monica, Sarah, Kate, Susan, Lori, Gloria, Avijit. Anyone want to share any other words or voices into the circle? If not, I just want to thank you for showing up for yourself, for Earth, for water, and let's just keep doing this cleanup work together. All right. Thank you. Take care. Bye.